My name is Anna. I am 25 years old, and my husband, David, is 40. We've been married for 4 years and have a beautiful 3-year-old son. In the beginning, our life felt perfect. We were best friends, partners, lovers. We laughed together, talked about everything, and shared quiet moments sipping Chinese tea every evening. But lately, something has changed. Over the past few months, David has become distant. He comes home from work, barely speaks, eats dinner quietly, watches TV, and then goes to bed. On weekends, instead of spending time with us, he's either working in his home office, attending meetings, or playing golf. When I ask if everything is okay, he simply says he's busy. He's the boss at his company, he tells me. Too much stress, he adds. I used to help him with his paperwork and finances. He used to thank me, value me. But now he refuses help. He says he doesn't trust anyone with his work anymore. That includes me. The hardest part isn't the silence, it's the absence of love in the silence. We used to share little traditions. Every night, no matter how busy we would sit down and have a cup of Chinese tea. We talked about our day, our dreams, our son. We smiled, held hands, and looked at each other with love. That simple routine was our moment of connection. Now, there's no tea, no talks. Just TV and tiredness. I feel like a ghost in my own home. Last week, I sent our son to my mother's house, hoping David and I could reconnect. I cooked his favorite meal, wore the dress he once said made me look beautiful, and even styled my hair like I used to. I wanted to remind him of the us we used to be. He came home late that night, barely said hello, ate quickly, and went to bed without a word. No smile, no hug, no recognition. I sat alone in the kitchen with a cold cup of tea and a colder heart. I felt like a stranger in his life, like I no longer existed. That night, I made a decision. I had to talk to him. When he came home the next evening, I gathered my courage and said, "Can we talk?" He seemed surprised but agreed. We sat on the couch. My hands were trembling. I looked into his eyes and said, "You've changed. You don't look at me anymore. You don't talk. You don't smile. Do you still love me?" He looked down and stayed quiet. My heart raced. I waited for what felt like forever. Finally, he whispered, "Of course I do. I'm just tired. Work is too much." I nodded slowly, but something didn't feel right. I asked the question I never wanted to ask. Is there someone else? He looked shocked. "Number never," he said quickly. "I just need time," he added. "Please be patient with me." He touched my hand gently. I wanted to believe him. So I said, "Okay, I'll wait." But inside, I still felt alone. Weeks passed. Nothing changed. He was still distant, still tired, still too busy for us. I tried to hold on. I cleaned the house, played with our son, smiled like everything was okay. I even planned a weekend getaway for just the two of us. When I told him, he said, "Not now. Maybe next month." That night, I sat alone in the dark. I looked through old photographs. Our wedding, our vacations, the birth of our son. Pictures full of joy, laughter, and love. Where had all that gone? One evening, he came home and went straight to his office. No hello, no smile, no eye contact. I stood outside his door, hand raised to knock, but then I stopped. What was the point? I turned around and walked away. That night, as I sat in the kitchen, a quiet thought came to me. Maybe he doesn't see me anymore. Maybe I'm invisible now. The next morning, I woke up to an empty bed. He had already left for work. No kiss, no goodbye. I lay there for a long time, staring at the ceiling, feeling tired. Not angry, just tired. Later that evening, I walked into the living room. His phone was on the table. I wasn't planning to look. I never do. But then the screen lit up. A message appeared from a woman. I miss you. Did you think about me today? I froze. My hands shook. My chest tightened. I didn't open the message. I didn't need to. The truth was already clear. When David came back from his shower, he acted normal, smiling, casual, as if nothing had happened. I looked at him, really looked at him, and I wondered how someone I had loved so deeply could make me feel so small. That night, I cried silently next to him while he slept peacefully. I had given him everything, my heart, my youth, my trust, and now he was giving pieces of himself to someone else. The next morning, I didn't cry. I didn't scream. I just sat in the kitchen with a cup of cold tea, the same tea we used to drink together. When he walked in and said, "Good morning," I stayed quiet. He didn't notice. He left for work. That evening, I waited for him. When he came home, I asked him to sit down. My voice was calm but steady. I saw a message on your phone. He went silent. I gave you 4 years of my life. I trusted you